Now, I hope you are doing fine this particular time. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, more so dealing with CBC and CBE education. Uh, Today's lesson, I want us to go through some of the steps you are supposed to follow when sketching and drawing a hilly landscape at sunset. Remember, this is a project that grade 8 are doing under Knec project. Now, here are the steps to follow when sketching and drawing a hilly landscape at sunset. Whether you are working with a pencil, a pen, or a paint, and these steps can guide your creative process. Let's go through the first step. And the first step is telling us that you have to observe the scene, that is, reference images. Here we are being guided to do what? First, look at the shapes of the hills, the position of the sun, and the light source. Second, notice how the light hits different parts of the landscape, where it's bright and where it casts shadow. So you take note of that also. Then thirdly, under this step, take note of the color changes in the sky as the sun sets. Often there is a gradient from orange to red near the horizon to blue, purple, higher up. So those are three steps you are supposed to look at when you are observing the scene. Second step, lightly sketch the basic shapes. Lightly sketch the basic steps. Now, under this step 2, the first point under that one, start with the horizon line. So this will help you ground your drawing. So you start with the horizon line so that it can help you ground your drawing. Secondly, add gentle curves and outlines of the hills. And hills should look natural and flow across the paper. Then the third point under this second step, place the sun near the horizon, that is either fully visible or partially hidden behind a hill. And this, remember this process I'm taking through, I'll show you through the work one of my learner managed to do. And you will see how the learner was able to feature these points in the work that the learner was able to do. Let's go to the third step. Third step, we are being guided that add foreground. You add foreground, midground, and background layers. So take note of that. Now, under this step 3, on adding the foreground, midground, and background, we are being directed to do what? Background hills are lighter and detailed. So make sure when you are working on the background hills, let them be lighter and more detailed. Then mid-ground hills have more shapes and slight details. Mid-ground hills have more shapes and slight details. Then foreground may include trees, rocks, paths, rivers, or bushes, and is the most detailed. So foreground, it should be detailed. Let's go to the fourth step. And the fourth step here, we are being guided to do what? To sketch the sky and sun details. Now here you sketch the sun and sky details. Here, the first point, you indicate clouds, if any. If you want cloud to appear in your work, indicate clouds and show how the sun glows or the sun will reflect off them. Then suggest the gradient in the sky, that is darker as you go up, warmer near the sun. And I'll give you the colors that you are supposed to use in this area. Step number 5, work on light and shadow. You work on light and shadow. Here, the first point here, determine the direction of light from the sun. Determine the direction of light from the sun. Secondly, shade the parts of the hills facing away from the sun to add depth. Part 3. Use softer shading in the distance and stronger contrast in the foreground. Then we have step 6. Step 6, we are being guided that we add sunset colors if we are coloring, which we'll be doing. So you add a sunset colors, and here we are being guided to do what? To use warm colors for the sky. So take note of this. Use warm colors for the sky. Yellow, that is warm colors. Example of warm colors, we have yellow, orange, red, and then shift to purple and blue. For the hills, remember we are talking about a hilly landscape at sunset. So hills must be one of the feature in your work. So for the hills, distant hills can be bluish or purple due to what? Due to atmospheric perspective. Then closer hills, those which are closer, may reflect the warm light, especially at the top. Let them be warm. Then we have now the final touches. That is step number 7. Final touches after you have done all this. So one of the final touches is that erase unnecessary sketch lines. Those that you don't need, erase them. Then deepen shadows and highlight to increase contrast. And then add any final highlights from the setting sun. That is a golden glow or reflection. Follow these steps when you are creating, sketching, and drawing your hilly landscape, and you will come up with a very beautiful work, and everyone will be impressed with it. For example, check the one that I have displayed here and give me some mark out of 10. How many marks will you award that learner? It's not out of 10. The score was out of 8. So out of 8, how many scores are you going to award that learner? After giving me your marks, I'll tell you the marks that I was able to give the learner after going through the work. Be blessed, and remember to subscribe if you have not done so for more videos concerning CBE education, more so in the area of creative art and Kiswahili.